Hello, I'm Dr. Daniel Johnston, and I'm the medical director here at the Resiliency Center in Iraq. Today I want to talk about the critical role of sleep in our health and performance and some ways to improve it. So often over here I have people coming in complaining about problems falling asleep, staying asleep, a lot of problems with daytime fatigue. And while we always rule out serious causes of sleep problems, there are some basic things that I think many people could benefit from knowing. And one of the things we first do is educate them on the critical nature of sleep to their overall health and performance. It's amazing to me how many people will trade sleep and look at sleep deprivation or sleep loss as simply kind of the price you pay to get the job done or increase productivity and kind of move ahead. And they don't really put the emphasis on their overall health and their performance day to day. So while we might not be working as much when we're asleep, when we are well rested and we're at work, we're much more effective at our jobs, we're much healthier, and we're actually able to accomplish more in less time. So it's kind of a change in their mindset that we really try to focus on. One of the things I wanted to show is a diagram that I've constructed to kind of just emphasize how sleep affects major pillars that we know are critical for our overall health, such as the physical pillar here. We're not going to be at 100% in terms of our physical health when we don't get enough sleep. When we do not get enough sleep, our immune system actually decreases in its function, and that means we can get sick easier, can potentially develop chronic diseases more likely because our immune system is not doing its job in optimizing our health and preventing diseases. Our emotional health goes down. We're more likely to be depressed, anxious. Our family and our social pillars of health, as indicated here, are also not going to be at their optimum because sleep deprivation affects our interpersonal skills. It makes us more reactive, more responsive, more impatient. Our communication ability drops off. So all of these various areas of our life are affected by sleep deprivation. So we really need to appreciate the importance of sleep. And because all of these areas ultimately affect and support our performance and our health. So that's number one. Number two, I talk about how we can improve sleep hygiene. And so often people look to prescription medications to improve their sleep. And while it's true a prescription medication may indeed make you fall asleep, and they can be used on a very short-term basis to get people set on the right cycle, they can disrupt, and they do disrupt our what we call sleep architecture, or the quality of the sleep. So even though you're asleep, it's not actually good sleep in terms of actually improving your physiological health, which definitely happens when you're sleeping. A lot of the restoration and repair and building up neurotransmitters in our brain, which are chemicals that help us process information, all that happens while we're sleeping. So medications, while putting you to sleep, actually disrupt your sleep architecture. So we don't use those long term. So we talk a lot about sleep hygiene. And by that, I've constructed this diagram here to illustrate that there's three kind of main areas that are simple and relatively easily applied to improve sleep. Number one, developing a consistent routine. This is often overlooked. So often our routine changes day to day, and we don't put a lot of emphasis on going to bed at the same time or around the same time, night to night, as much as possible. One of the ways that you can help get a consistent routine is actually set an alarm clock at night when it's time to get ready for bed. So often we use alarm clocks to get up in the morning. Well, a better use of an alarm clock is to trigger you to, hey, it's time to go to bed. So set an alarm clock at a time that you know will help remind you that it's really time to stop surfing the web, put the emails down, put the books down, movies away, whatever it is that's keeping you up, and it's time to get ready to bed. That'll help develop a consistent routine. Number two, develop a healthy environment. And again, the environment down here can be things like a quiet, dark room, making sure that the room and the area is dark 45 minutes, an hour before you go to sleep. When the darkness actually helps our body produce melatonin inside, which is a hormone that helps regulate our internal biological clock, and that's critical. If we're around a lot of bright lights shortly before going to bed, or on the computer, or watching movies, that can disrupt that normal melatonin release that does occur internally in the brain, and therefore disrupt your sleep cycle and feeling sleepy. So again, avoid the bright lights, and avoid what I call sleep destroyers. And those can be things such as caffeine within a few hours, 5, 6 hours of going to bed. That's been shown to disrupt sleep and sleep architecture. Working out really close to bedtime can actually disrupt the ability of the body to enter its sleep mode. And there's other ways. Heavy use of alcohol or other medications, even though they make you feel sleepy, can destroy the quality of the sleep. So I hope this gives you an appreciation for sleep, its impact on your health and performance, and your resiliency, and some very simple things that you can do that I think in the long run will help you get a better night's rest and be your best the following day.